Hello, my fellow lobsters, and welcome back to another episode of Making Bedwars. So, in the last episode, we worked on more of the chest UI, and I am still not finished with this, so I will not be able to release a world download yet. But today we're going to be basically working on the giant air part of the map. So that's what we are going to be doing today, and we are also going to be adding the barriers around it so that no one can escape. So first off, you want to choose a general area that you want your map to be in. And we're going to make this map kind of huge because we want people to be able to bridge almost anywhere. So let's just say, and actually I kind of want to make it so that you can't even see those command blocks out there. Okay, good. So this is going to be one edge of the map. And we will just fly. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start off by doing this. So we're at the block that we want. Let's just put an acacia plank or something. So if we walk this way, it's subtracting our X and adding to our Z. So /fill. And basically you're gonna want to copy this command. Just make sure you're really far away. And you also have the right X and Z. Let's try 120. Okay, 120 works. We'll start off with that. This probably is way too big. Let's even go for a little more. Maybe 140 if we can, if the map thinks that it can hold that. Yeah, okay, it works 140. So you're just gonna want to keep going until it says that it can't place blocks outside of the world. Okay, so we're just gonna go with 160 then. So basically, you've filled this enormous area with air, and then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna fill it again, and again, and then you just have this massive area that is completely air, and well, also grass around it. Okay, now that you have this massive area filled, what you're going to do next is basically we just need to go around and we need to fill it with border blocks. So many of you probably have no idea what this is, but basically if we /give @s border block, when we place it and we go into, actually let's place it here, you can't pass it no matter what Y value you're at. So if I tower up, it's still unpassable. Entities can still pass these, but this is basically going to make it so that you cannot escape the map without a pearl. And then we will fix the pearl part later in this video, but here is the general idea. So we're just gonna /fill -100, 3, 220, and then we're just gonna go all the way over here. And we only need to do one layer of border blocks, which makes it really easy. -100, 3, 382 border block. And now this area is entirely unpassable by players. Now we're gonna fill again. Okay, now that we have this entire area surrounded by border blocks as well, it basically becomes inescapable by players besides with the pearl, which is what I was talking about earlier. And again, we will get to this, but first we need to actually mark out where we want our islands to be. So since this map is absolutely massive, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go actually I'm gonna add some space back behind the borders that players can go to. About like 10 or 20 blocks is usually fine. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. think, actually, you know, we're actually going to go a lot more. We have tons of space. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Perfect. So basically this is where we're going to have the island. One corner of the island is going to be right there. So we'll mark out where the corners of the islands will be with, how about stone? Just actually a stone brick. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to mark out all the corners of the islands, and then I will go and we will do the rest of it. Okay, so we have all of the island positions marked out. They are very far spaced apart. You're going to need a lot of blocks if you want to cover this. Although I am assuming the islands might be like a 20 by 20 or more area. So we don't have to add an area around it. But basically what we're going to do now is we are going to mark out the diamond generators, which I'm going to put in between each of the islands. There's going to be a diamond generator. And then the emerald island and the emerald generators on. Actually, we're just going to mark out where the emerald generators should be. So now we have a little bit of a problem. So we filled 160. So that means that, so if we filled by the 160s, then we should be going about 80 in between. Yeah, so if we put, yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. So we are going to go over to our original area. I believe we spawned at 0, 0, so this should be the command block area. Yeah, okay, it is. But here we are going to stand in the area that we had the block. And basically what we're going to do is just going to /set block. We're gonna see if this works. I'm not entirely sure if it will, but if we just do this, we walk this way. Okay, so set block 80 or negative 80, negative 1, 15. Okay, so if we set that to a diamond block, it should be, yeah. So that's where our diamond generator is going to be, like right in the middle of each of those. So now if we kind of repeat that same general process. So basically what I'm doing is I got how far away these are from the walls, which is 15 blocks. I checked what specifically this direction was, and that you can see that my Z changes by 1. So that's what the 15 is, and when I walk this way, it's going negative, and since we want it to be in the middle of our map, we're gonna half the 160 to 80. So basically, this part is kind of confusing. You can always just put the diamond generators wherever you want. You could even put them back in the corners over here, which is actually really simple, and it's definitely a lot easier than what I'm doing, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So either way, I am going to just go ahead and negative 15 there. Now we should have a diamond block, yep, right in the middle of these. And then for the rest of them, this is going to be a little bit more complicated, I believe. So for the two over there, if we do negative 80, actually, okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add some to this. So basically, we're going to have to add 160 minus 15, which is 145. I believe this should set the block over there. Yeah, okay, right in the middle of these two. So basically, with the 145 is we're just subtracting 160 by 15 because it has to be 160 blocks away, but 15 blocks away from the wall still. And then we're basically going to switch it around like we did with the other one, and then we'll have all of the generators set. And again, this is really complicated, so you don't have to do it this way. We're just marking out the coordinates of where we want everything to be. And yeah, so again, we're going to switch these to negative 145, and this should be 80. And now it should have a diamond block. Yeah, okay. So we have a diamond block in every single one of the middle of the islands. But now we actually have to do the Emerald Island right in the middle. So what we're going to do for that to start is we're just going to slash set block. And I believe this is the negative. And this is the positive. And we're just going to do, I don't know, ancient debris. So there should be a block right in the middle. Yep. Okay, perfect. So we don't need this diamond platform anymore. And we were standing on this block, which is at the very corner. And again, this is really confusing, so you can always do this by hand if you want. I'm just doing it the way that seems easiest to me. And then for this is going to be the center of our Emerald Island, right? So then we're just going to slash set block, and we're going to start off with, okay, so if the player gets to the Emerald Island, I think it would make sense maybe if it was like the emerald things were all apart 20 blocks maybe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slash set block. This should be negative 20, and this should be 20 emerald block. Yeah, okay, that's the right one. Now if we do, wait a second, how low is this? Okay, that looks like it's at the right spot. Now if we do negative 20 and 20, it'll set it over here. If we do, we already did 20 and negative 20. If we do two negatives, it'll set it over here. And if we do two positives, it will set it over here. Okay, so these are where all of our generators are going to be. So the center of the emerald area is gonna have, so we're gonna be cloning, like this is just the center, and just because I believe when we clone something, so if we were to clone this, to here. Yeah, okay, so because everything is going to be cloned to a certain direction, and you should be testing this by yourself. Basically, this, when we clone our first island, it's going to be cloning this way. Now we know where all the centers of everything is, so we have our emeralds generator, our diamond generator, our center of the main island, and then each of the side islands as well. So now that we have all that, what we also should do is we should get the pearl thing set up so that no pearls should be able to escape. So slash give as repeating command block and chain command block. So what we're gonna do is we are going to get to our corner, which should be here. Okay, so 61 for 221. So and basically what we're doing is we're getting the coordinates of this block, and we are going to find, we're going to go down to Y0, so then that way if there's a pearl really low for some reason, it will still tag it and not get rid of it. And then we're also going to go on the Z, And then basically we're going to do x equal, and then dx equals negative 160. dy equals, let's go 50 blocks maybe. Actually 70. This might be a little bit laggy. Not entirely sure if it will be, but I do have a way to fix the lag. And dz is, actually let's go negative 256. And actually, well, the max they can throw Pearl that way is 50 blocks, so 300 blocks the other way, and the DZ is gonna be 160. So what we're doing here is we're tagging a Pearl, and we're adding, we're just gonna add the tag Pearl, and then slash kill at E type equals ender Pearl, tag equals not Pearl. So for those of you who understand what's going on here, so basically what we're doing is, well, actually, for those of you who understand what is going on here, is what we're doing is we are getting the chords of where we started the fill area. We're getting the amount that we filled, basically. And then we are basically going to tag any Pearl that's in that area with the tag Pearl. So if there's a Pearl in there, it won't be instantly killed. But if there is a Pearl outside of this area, it will be instantly killed. And then we remove the Pearl from all entities afterwards. So what we're going to do is we are going to test this with a Pearl, obviously. When we throw it, it's fine. Pearl should not despawn until it gets to a certain Y value. Yep. Okay, Pearls are working. Yep, okay, so they can fly and all that all over the place. But the second we throw Pearl outside of this area, first off we need to, actually before you even try and test this, there's one last thing we need to do, and it is going to be slash ticking area add 46 3 to 12. So basically what we're doing is we're adding an area around this command block thing, so it'll basically keep it always loaded, and we're going to call it Pearl. So now this will be loaded no matter where we are in the world. We could be 1,000 blocks away and it'll still work, which is good. And I believe now if we throw this Pearl out, yeah, it's instantly gone. We have no way to escape with Pearls, and we could Pearl onto here, but you can't escape anyways with that. At least you shouldn't be able to. The Pearls shouldn't instantly despawn when they're down here. I'm pretty sure that might just be because it's in the void and it already does that. But now, yeah, so the Pearls can be thrown, but they just can't be thrown outside because they'll just instantly despawn, which is great. So now if you want to reduce the lag even further, you can add one last command block and slash test4 at E type equals ender Pearl. This is going to be always active. And we will also put a comparator here. Now if there's a Pearl, and we got to change this one back to needs redstone. Now if there's a Pearl, this command chain will work. Otherwise, it will be deactivated and nothing will happen. So now that we have that done, the map will officially be starting to be cloned and stuff. In the next episode, we're going to start getting ready on the generators and all that. And then we will eventually be getting ready for all the cloning, tagging, and everything that we need to do for our Bedwars map. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something from this video. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.